Okay, so I need some feedback. Is this looking right? I mean, shall I keep this phone like this or like this? Please give me a feedback ASAP because after that I'll be starting this live video. So shall I keep this like this or shall I rotate the phone? Oh yeah, I am going to. I hope I am going to, but I'm really excited to cross that mark. The first position, I mean, okay, so you say I should rotate this. Okay, when I'm rotating this device, the phone says that I should rotate my device. I do not know. So, is this position right now? Okay, earlier one was fine, so I think this is better. Okay. No, please. I'm getting so confused right now. Is this okay now? Okay, how are you? Okay, I'm fine. I have this exam, but I'm not really paying any heed to my exam. Hi, everyone who has joined this. Hi, Alex, Shantanu. I know you very well. Twinkle, hi. I am good. Sumant, hi. This position is okay, okay. Okay, this is fine. Twinkle, twinkle. Okay, you shouldn't make fun of someone like that. So, in this video, I'm going to tell you guys about how do I get and read so many books. Now, I think this will look. Oh, I had a small accident, but my phone is fine. Oh, ugh, ugh. So sorry about this. But there are some problems when you use a phone for shooting videos. So, okay, so I'll sit here. Okay, so the thing, do I look fine? I think I look too small. Ugh. I really hate this live video thing now. But okay, without any further delay, let me start with the topic that I want to speak about. So, the thing is, how do I get and read so many books? So, first, I'll let you guys know how do I get so many books because that comes first. Basically, I buy like 10 books every month, and I buy books worth 100 rupees each or at most 200 rupees each. So it's like 1 to 2K every month. And that's often my entire income for the month. But I just can't stop myself from buying books. So that's there. I work with about four publishers, and each of the publishing houses send two books on average every month. So if I get two books from four publishing houses every month, I get like eight books in total. And that's an average amount. Some months I do not get any book at all from one or two publishing houses. Some months I get like six or seven books from one publishing house, and that's huge. So that's always there. But on average, it's like eight books from the publishing houses. And then there are these review copies from self published authors. I do not accept more than three to four books of self published copies because most of the time they are review copies. So I have to review them too, and I cannot review so many books in 1 month. So they are like three or four per month. And lastly, I am a member of the libraries. And in British Council Library, you get to have like six books per session. I mean, every time you go there. So I go there about two times a month. So I take 12 books from British Council Library every month, and their stock is so good. I just don't know when am I going to finish reading all those books there. And they have some really amazing books. If you have British Council in your area, I definitely think that you guys should become a member of the British Council because they are absolutely amazing. And then I have my college too, and my college allows me to take two books every week or twice every week actually, and I finish reading those books so fast that I change them all the time. So on an average I borrow like 8 to 10 books from college. So that sums up to 10 plus 8 plus 4, that's 22. 22 plus 12, 34. And okay, so I get like 44 books per month. Do I read them all? Obviously no, because then I would have read like what, 44 into so like 500 books per year, but that does not happen really. There are so many books that I just do not finish. The success rate of all these books is like 20%. I only read like 20 to 30% of all the books that I bring home, but the ones that I read are absolutely amazing. And I generally try to show you guys the books that I found good on my channel. So if you guys have been thinking that I only read good books, that's really wrong. I come across my share of bad books, but I take care that I do not mention them at all because I have so many problems in my life. I do not need books to add to them. So I only read good books, or rather I only talk about good books. What are you studying? I'm studying English honors. So yeah, that's another plus point. When you are studying English honors, you have to read a lot of books. And there are these Shakespeare's plays which I absolutely did not like earlier, but now I really enjoy reading them. That happens. When I read Merchant of Venice in school, I did not like it at all, but I really, really enjoyed reading The Winter's Tale, and I did not even need a teacher to understand what is being said. But I agree that sometimes Shakespeare does get hard. Okay, so now I'm done with the part how do I get so many books? So there are like 44 books every month for me. Then how do I read so many books? Because I read about 20% to 30% of 44 every month. So that will be like what? I'm very bad at maths, so I think that will be like 15. So basically, the average amount is one book per 2 days. The Fem March Fest started, and I've already read two books, Dahan and Circe. I am absolutely awestruck with those books. Guys, you should read it. Circe, I just finished reading Circe. It was so amazing. I absolutely loved it. It's about this girl who's the daughter of Helios. Now she brings a man to immortalhood. She makes a man god by making him a potion. And how magical is that? So I absolutely loved this concept and this entire story. And she makes this potion which, if you drink, you'll get to know what you are truly inside. And she's thinking, is she ready to know what she truly is from inside? And that's such a valid question for you, me, and everyone out there, right? I would like to know what book you guys are reading and how many books you guys get or buy or read per month, because I really want to know what kind of books do you read? I have read Julius Caesar and Macbeth by Shakespeare. Okay, this is very shameful, but I have not read Macbeth. I know the story of Macbeth obviously because I had to know it, but I have not read Macbeth. I have read Hamlet though, but I've absolutely forgotten it too. So that's it. I'm very bad at remembering stories. I do not even remember the stories of more than 20 books that I actually had loved probably when I read them. Hi Mira, I'm so happy to see you here. I just finished reading Night by Elie Wiesel. How was the book? The title sounds good. Okay, then it might have been not so good. I really, really do not like to read about Holocaust. Just makes me feel very uncomfortable. Oh, by the way, two books arrived home. No, three books arrived. So let me show you guys. Okay, there's Blind Willow, Sleeping Woman by Murakami. This is a collection of short stories which I had to get because my senior recommended this. But this book smells really bad. I don't know why. Here's the Norwegian word now, guys. This is our read for the book of the month in our booktube club, and please join us in this readathon. Just finished Hex and started Norwegian word, so you should be joining us in our readathon, right? And there's Shilpi Chakranovis's That's How It's Meant to Be. I was anticipating this read because she had written a short story book called Panorama, and I had loved it so much. It had a lovely story about a dog who dies, and that was my favorite story of them all. And at the name of dogs, why should I leave my rabbits? Wait a second, they want to show their faces, but they are a bit shy on the camera, so please do not mind. Okay, say hi. Shy. She's very pissed off because I did not allow her to go outside my room. So basically, they stay in my room all the time. It's not possible for me to allow them out of my room because they are not trained yet and they create a mess everywhere. So my mother gets very angry and I have to do the cleaning. So I do not really find that well enough. So they have to stay here. I have started Norwegian Wood. Okay, how is it going? I want to know. I have not started it yet because I want to read at least 5 books by women before I go ahead and read Norwegian Wood. Okay, so let me go back to It's So Breezy. I think that's a good word. You're loving it. How far are you in this book? Okay, so how do I read so much? Okay, so on an average, I'm reading like one book every 2 days. So I read on my way to the college and sometimes on the way back. It depends on whether I get a seat or not because I live in Kolkata, which is a very crowded city, and it's really hard to get seat. But I mostly do. So yeah, I spend that time reading, and that helps a lot because I travel for like 3 hours every day. And in 3 hours, you can actually finish 100 pages. Are you into poetry? Okay, I am surely very madly into poetry, but I do not really like poetry by Coleridge, Shelley, but I really like Keats. I kinda like Owen and those war poets. I really love the modern poets like Rupi Kaur, and there's this woman called Megha Rao who writes amazing poetry. I love her poems. But I really, really do not like the poems which some people write today, which are just 4 or 5 words long. That's not even poetry. Rumi, of course. Rumi is awesome. Okay, so White also wants to come up on the bed. Okay, where are you? Come here, come here. So I don't know if I'm holding them right, but here is he. Okay, the camera is on that side. Look, look. Baby. Okay. So both of them are ravaging my bed now, and there are like 500 books lying on my bed right now in that side, and I'm pretty sure that they're going to pee on them, but okay. The moment I got my rabbits, I had to give up my love for the physical copies of books because I know they are going to destroy them. So that was a huge sacrifice. What inspires me to read so much? I don't know, just the feeling of reading. It feels great. And basically, I'm a very antisocial person. I love to talk. I'm a very talkative person, but I'm still an antisocial person. And trust me, it is possible. So, when you do not want to mix with a lot of people, you can read books because that's a way better feeling, and these people are also way better than books. Sorry. No, yeah, right. I think I prefer my pets to my books right now. What are their names? So, this is the fat one. The fat one is called Snow, and the thin one is called White. So, together they are called Snow White. I named them Snow White because they are white. Ow, ow. So the problem is sometimes I do sleep on the floor with them and they'll just pee on the place that I'm sleeping and it's a mess. But I really love them too. So do you guys have any pets or do you guys want to have any pet? I want to know which animal do you have or want to have So right now I'm shooting on the stool and they are continuously jumping in and out of the stool. So if this falls again, if this setup falls again, then you guys know why it fell. But I do not want it to fall on them because they'll be hurt, they'll be terribly hurt. Okay, so coming back to how I read so much. Where are the seven dwarfs? I think the seven dwarfs will be coming soon. How did you realize you wanted to get bunnies? I really want to get a puppy. Okay, so these little babies are licking my hand right now and I just can't. Okay, this is the best feeling in the world. Okay, so there's this channel called Lennon the Bunny. So there's this girl who has a bunny called Lennon. And from the moment I saw that channel, I knew that, okay, so my bunnies are pooping on my bed, so I have to get them down. Snow. Okay, mission accomplished. So I have put my bunnies down. They were pooping on my bed. Okay, so when I saw Lennon the bunny, I wanted to get a bunny of my own, but my father bought me two bunnies because according to him, they couldn't live alone. But I could have pampered them so much that they could have learned to live alone. But anyway, so then that happened, and my father brought me two beautiful, cute bunnies who were just 6 weeks old. And for the first time, I was very, very scared when they climbed on my hands. I was hell scared that I'll drop them, but slowly it became fine. Yeah, puppies are much easier to handle than bunnies are. Trust me. So the statistics about bunnies is they poop 100 pellets a day. So, yeah, right. Okay, so they poop like 100 pellets a day. So, you have to go scooping, and since I have two bunnies, that's like 200 pellets a day. So, it's a lot of work. What type of movies do you like? I love psychotic thrillers. I saw this movie called Shutter Island a few days back, and my favorite all time movie and book is Gone Girl. So, you know that I love psychotic movies and psychotic books. So, that's my favorite genre. Guys, you should definitely check out Shutter Island. It's absolutely amazing. Oh, also Black Swan. That was great too. Psychotic thrillers, okay, they're my favorite genre, but I haven't watched too many. But I surely want to. Krishna Sai Srinivas says, hi, hi. Shondehulo heard the sound. Yeah, so we Bengalis have this custom of blowing the conch 3 times in the evening, and my mother was doing that. That's a custom in our house. So, for reading books, can we just get back to the topic? Can I just get back to the topic? So I read during the journey. Sometimes I read when I wake up. Sometimes I read when I'm having my morning soup. Actually, I do not really have soup every day. There are days when I have this lukewarm water with honey because that's good for my health. I have a very bad voice. I do not really like my voice, and I've been trying to make it better by having that, but I do not think that works. But it tastes good, so how does it matter anyway? I also had this habit of having green tea in the morning for a while, but then I've slowly gave that habit away because I was getting bored of green tea. So that's about it. Coming back to reading more books, if you are not an avid reader, I do not think you should push yourself. You can read 2 books this month and then push yourself to reading 4 books the next, and then hike up the numbers one by one. I think that will be helpful for you because reading books is such a good habit. You come across a lot of information. Also, guys, oh, please do not congratulate me in advance. I do not think I'm going to reach 1K subscribers before the end of this month. I just do not think so. But I really, really want to. That's a very different case. But I do not think I will. But if I do, I hope that I'll be able to organize a giveaway for you guys. I am looking for sponsors, trust me. So, yeah, guys, I'm always looking for sponsors to sponsor books on Instagram. So, if you are not following me on Instagram yet, please do because I have a lot of giveaways lined up. And the latest giveaway that is coming, and you guys are the first ones to know about this, is a giveaway of 3 books by women authors. It is sponsored by Bloomsbury India, and they are sponsoring copies of A Coat of War and Rose, A Coat of War and Roses by Sarah J. Maas, which is in the ACOTAR series. They are sponsoring a book called A Thing Called Heart and another book called A World Without Whom by Emily J. Favilia. So all the books are great, and if you guys are willing to get your hands on them, please make sure that you are looking out on Instagram. The Instagram giveaway is about to go live on the 5th of March on my channel. There are so many people on Instagram actually hosting so many giveaways right now. I guess you guys can win quite a lot of books in this month. So make sure you guys participate in them, because I really like to participate in giveaways. I won a massive giveaway once. I won 20 books from the Penguin Little Classics edition. That was like a dream come true. Insta ID, please. All my IDs on all the sites that I'm in is the Heli blog. It's the Heli blog in Facebook, Twitter, Blogspot, and Instagram as well. So the Heli blog on Goodreads as well. I wish I could do that on Amazon, but Amazon apparently does not allow that. So I just couldn't do that. But that's about it. Okay, so now that I've told you guys how to read more books, do you guys want any more advices? There are some more tips that I'd like to give you guys. That is, you can try to read books that you really like. If you like romance, you can read romance books, but I actually prefer reading books that are rich in culture and all, because when you read books that have won some prizes, you know they're very rich in culture, you know a lot of things, you come across a lot of new things. So I really appreciate such books. That's why a lot of people think that I am not a reader of light or YA fiction, but that is not also not true at the same time, because Sassy is young adult. It's not anything if it's not young adult. But I really like this one too. So it's not like I do not like light reads. I do. But there must be some enriching content for the nutrition of my brain, because I like nutritious stuff. Your brain is something that you should keep nourishing all the time. I just won a giveaway on Goodreads. You just won a giveaway on Goodreads. Which book was it? And congratulations as well. I really like winning giveaways, but the only one that I've ever won is the 20 Penguin Classics edition, and I think that's worth it. Also, I've been thinking about showing you guys my bookshelf in a live video sometime, because it's not possible for me to shoot it separately. It's extremely long. It's gonna be extremely long, and editing such a long video takes so much time that I do not think I have such time. But going live is comparatively easier. I know the video quality is not that great ever, but it's all about showing you guys my books. I can actually do it right now, but my books are not organized right now, and I do not want to show you guys an unorganized shelf. Once I organized my shelf according to color. I do not know how people do that. It took me like one whole day, and after that, my entire body was aching for 3 days. Color organized bookshelves look so good, but actually, they are they are seriously huge pains in the ass. Try arranging your books like that if you have more than 100 books, and you'll know what I'm talking about. If you have less than 100 books, it's absolutely fine. By the way, a fun fact, the entire shelf that you see has only been made in 1.5 years. And this is not really my whole collection. My whole collection is actually the double of this, but I've kept a lot of books in the shelf on that side, which is never visible in my videos. And then there's a shelf in the living room, which is obviously not visible in my videos. And there are so many books in my previous house, and my previous house is definitely not visible in the videos that I shoot in this house. So basically, I've built my whole bookshelf myself over 1.5 years only. None of these books have been bought by my father. It's totally mine, and that's something I'm really proud of. And yeah, I just had to share that, and I really congratulate myself on making this shelf. This shelf was possible only for my love for books. My love for books has done me so many wonders in my life that I am thankful to books for making me what I am and just for being in my life. I may sound a bit ungrateful because now I have accepted that my little bunnies are going to ruin the books around me. But it's okay. After a certain point of time, you have to accept the fact that everything in your life is transient. Everything you have in your life, you're gonna lose. So I better accept that and let my bunnies be the cause that I accepted it. Pooja Ghosh. Oh, I love that book emoji. If I could, I would always reply in book emojis. How did I get into reading? I have thought about making a separate video on that, but I'll say that in this live session as well because you asked. I was into reading since I was like in class 5. My father brought me these Enid Blyton and Goosebumps series books. I absolutely loved those books, but they were really, really easy reads for kids. So for like 2 or 3 years, I only read Enid Blyton and Adelstein. I enjoyed it, but nevertheless, they were not great reads. They were good reads actually, not great reads. And after class 7, I was detached from reading for like 3 or 4 years. In class 11, I was very, very burdened with studies. And there was this girl who gave me this book called A Thousand Splendid Suns. I brought that book home. I read that book. I started reading that book at around 9 p.m. at night. I stayed awake that night. I finished that book around 4 a.m. in the morning. After I was done, the feelings that I had for books in my childhood that just came back. So I had the depression period meanwhile, but once I got back into reading in class 11, that just changed my life. In class 12, there was this guy who introduced me to the world of book reviews. And when I was introduced to the world of book reviews, I did not have even 10 books on my shelf. I used to read books from libraries. I used to read books from this friend of mine who gave me this book called A Thousand Splendid Suns. But I just lost the stream. What was I saying? Okay, so I used to borrow books and read, but I got into reading and reviewing only in class 12 in the month of July. And once I got into reviewing, it was 2016. And then I just never looked back. I started getting so many offers of reviews. Initially, I did them for free, but then I started charging. So I used to get books and money. And with that money, I used to buy books. So it became like a cyclic process. It continued and continued and continued. And in 1.5 years, I have like 200 books on my shelves. It has been a hectic journey, and I never thought that it'll happen with me someday. But it's something that I'm really proud of because there are so many people who rely on their parents for money. But I really, really am happy that I'm not one of those people. I'm very proud of myself, I would say, because I've never asked my parents for money. I have always had the money that I wanted for my own expenses. So I'm very proud of me in that sense. But I'm very happy that my parents raised me in this way. My parents supported me when I told them that I'm working when I was reading in the 12th standard because to a great extent it hampered my studies. But I wouldn't say that I regret it because science was not